This a really cool setting any time of the year for a NASCAR event. More horsepower with the short track road course package. And there are the tire packs outside turn number 5 and tire stacks in turn 1. Well, who will be the stars today? Will they all be chasing SVG, or will a new star emerge? And how about a first-time winner? We'll see here at Watkins Glen. Short chute leading to the final corner. There's the start of the restart zone. Shane Van Gisbergen is on it. The green flag is waving. They come off the final turn and address themselves to the start-finish line. We're racing in Watkins. Oh, you see some tire smoke right there out of Ross Chastain's car. Gets that car fit into that gap right there, down on the bottom of the corner. And everybody pretty calm right here on this first start, Clint. And then as you come up through the S's, very narrow.
You want to get things sorted out pretty quick. You're door to door, like you see Blaney. I don't know who that was on the inside, but that's an opportunity for somebody coming behind you to pounce on you guys. "175 miles an hour at the end of this back straight before you dive into the bus stop chicane. Yeah, and it's so difficult to be side by side. You have to get it worked out or give a whole lot of room. And what that does, you see a couple cars dancing all over the place right there. It's like a 7 car of Daniel Suarez. You can run on the outside in this carousel, but man, it is tough to go through that bus stop side by side. Ty Gibbs trying to make a spot there, and that looks like Allman dinging down on the inside in the 16. Briscoe around the outside trying to take a spot away and diving into the final corner against Ty Gibbs. The Ford Racing Cam on board Austin Cindric as Ross Chastain dives to the inside at turn 1 and holds that line into 2. Getting tight with how. Look how narrow it is up through the S's, asking a lot out of these cars. Very narrow racing quarters. And now you are flat to the floor and flying through there.
Connor Zilic right with him. He's already got one checkered flag this weekend. Now it's a game of chicken getting into the bus stop. It really is. And you see Zilic keep that car up on the outside now. He's going to get aggressive, and Joey Logano underneath his teammate. Yeah, it really put Cindric in a bad spot when he was on the outside going into the carousel right there. Didn't really expect Zilic to probably keep that car in position to run side by side through the middle of the bus stop.
Well, it didn't just cost him one position, cost him another. McDowell got in the back of him, crossed him. Cindric struggling. And here we go with 2 to go. When he crosses that start-finish line, the pits will close with 2 laps to go.
But they saw how many cars pitted, and they knew that they would be in big trouble if they stayed on the racetrack. And now no one else can pit because the pits are closed all the way down to Jamie Little. So far, so perfect for Shane Van Gisbergen, led the first 18 laps of this one. They count him down all the way into the number 1 box. Remember, a lot of these teams, they swap the front changer and the rear changer just to keep losing that muscle memory the same. Solid stop for the 97.
And I love when he took off right there. Not a lot of wheel spin. You want to take care of those rear tires every chance that you get. You see a lot of guys that burn the tires. He just locked the thing forward and managed that wheel spin to be virtually none. He came in leading. He comes out in, I believe, 9th place.
8th or 9th place. Ross Chastain, we talked about him needing to make a day out of this, and they're choosing to take these points right here and put themselves in a spot to make sure that they get something out of this day. And speaking of days, look at the 22 right behind him. I remember yesterday in practice, Kevin, wondering, man, these guys are still not on pace. Really turned their day around in that qualifying run, matching the pace of Austin Cindric. He was fast in practice, but that 22 car wasn't necessarily as fast as he was. Made some big wholesale changes and got themselves in a position to get stage points right here. Big turnaround, guys. Speaking of changed stage points, Chase Elliott stayed out to score stage points. He's not going to score them. He's sitting there running 11th, and now he's going to be deep in the field because he'll have to pit at the end of the stage.
Ross Chastain earns his 3rd stage win of the season. Now here was the race for the final stage point. You think points aren't important? Watch this. Oh yeah, they're close right here. You see McDowell on the inside, Riley Herbst on the outside, and Bubba Wallace is right there in the middle and just misses out on getting that final point. A couple of drivers had trouble on pit road. Brad Keselowski slid through his pit. He is now 35th. And Noah Gragson. Remember, we're pitting on the right side at the only time that we do that this year. And 2 of the crewmen ran into each other during the stop, so Gragson is at the back. And we are back to green for stage 2. Yeah, you see how late that SVG takes off in that restart zone. He did that on the start as well, and the leader has that option anywhere in that whole box. Well, they were 3 wide into turn 1 back at 6th place.
Yeah, and you saw them out there cleaning the track a little bit, but this is really when those marbles come into play. When you have to run side by side through some of these corners, that is a very good point, Kevin. And those marbles that we saw on the outside, when you're too wide, you have to run through them, and it takes a while to clean those off your tires. It's not just a corner or two, sometimes even a lap. Yeah, if you get all 4 tires up in those marbles when it's really... Oh, we see some contact right there with Cole Custer and Carson Hocevar. More contact in the back. Zane Smith in the 38. And Kyle Larson, do you see him? Larson is still in trouble. He's still struggling. And here comes Blaney to the inside. And Larson shaking the car back and forth like he might have a tire or wheel issue. Or those marbles that we talked about. Yeah, good point on that, Clint.